Hi guys, Kaze here. Welcome back. We're back with more Men of Yoshiwara Ohgiya. And as you can see, we're back with our beloved Gakuto and his revengeful self. Hopefully we can convince him otherwise. Anyway, we're on chapter 8, Zoting. Let's see what happens. Let's go. This was the first time I had seen Gakuto look so feeble. He was usually so conceited, strong, and brave. I couldn't believe it was him, the person who had a frightful strength deep inside of him. It had been so surreal. It was unimaginable. If things kept up like this, I knew Gakuto would destroy himself. As long as that woman continued to visit Ohgiya, I was sure Gakuto's heart would ache because of his quest for revenge. Apparently, he had told Utsusemi not to let that woman go. Utsusemi would never give her the cold shoulder after agreeing to Gakuto's request. I asked Ageha and Utsusemi to spread a rumor confidently. It was that Gakuto's strange behavior was due to him thinking about eloping with me. Why would the hell would you want to spread that rumor? I don't think that could go well with him either. I was sure staff at Ohgiya would watch him like a hawk. Fire him or something. If that happened, he wouldn't be able to plan Utsusemi eloping with that woman. I prayed that this would restrain his thirst for revenge. One night, I went to Ohgiya to visit Gakuto and Asagiri showed up in front of us. Oh, you two, can I talk with you for a moment? Oh boy. Asagiri always had a gentle smile on his face, but today he was frowning sternly. What's wrong? Did something happen? No, I was just wondering about a certain little rumor. Gakuto slightly reacted to Asagiri's statement. Rumor has it you two are planning on eloping together. Neither the owner nor the brothel madame have gotten word of it, so it's best to be careful. That's a completely baseless rumor. I hope that's true. Who would come up with something like that? Either way, it looks like you haven't been doing well recently, Gakuto. Is there something on your mind? I'm just not feeling well. Gakuto looked away and tried to throw Asagiri off. I hope you find happiness too. Asagiri showed me a kind yet hollow smile. It hurt me to have to trick someone like him. However, I told myself this was the only thing I could do right now. Thank you, Asagiri. I bowed politely before heading to Gakuto's room. Looking over at Gakuto, the muscles on his back was as firm as steel. His face was pale, yet beautiful. Gakuto, Asagiri's right. You don't look so well. Have you been sleeping properly? That question had been weighing on my mind all night, but I waited until we were alone to ask it. His face was so pale. It looked like there wasn't a drop of blood running through his veins. Nevertheless, his eyes were radiating a strong light. Without saying a word, Gakuto slowly shook his head before embracing me. I remember how arrogant and conceited Gakuto's smile had been when we first met. He had a pride, but was entrancing. Then there was his gentle smile he showed me when he played with fireworks. I missed those two different sides of him. In that moment, I felt more determined than ever. I would save Gakuto no matter what it took. Even if we had to play the part of the villain, it would only be temporary. I was going to stop his quest for revenge and save him. Gakuto, could I spend the night with you? You don't even need to ask. I have some great rice wine tonight, so let's indulge ourselves. Oh. Without waiting for my reply, Gakuto brought out a tray with the rice wine. I decided to say, but let's just go to bed. Okay, just a sip. Okay. Just a sip. It will even out our moods, I suppose. Maybe his, more so. Okay, just a sip. Great. Drink up. I agreed with him because he was acting more like his usual self. Gakuto grinned in relief. I felt less astonished knowing that I had made the correct decision. My eyes were fixated on Gakuto as he gulped down the wine. I thought back to the second time we'd met. That was the day we had become betrothed. However, things were different now. I knew so much more than I had back then. You have nothing to worry about, so stop making that face. Gakuto suddenly looked straight into my eyes. The way he widely wiped the wine from his lips hadn't changed at all. His expression was so sharp that it left me in renown. All I needed from you is for you to come and see me. I felt like he was talking to himself. Then, please, rest a little bit when we're together. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Gakuto smirked, mocking himself. Soon after, the two of us lay down for bed. That's it, we're just laying down? Not gonna do anything? Disappointing you two. I could hear people walking around outside. I watched my beloved as he slept next to me and stroked his cheek. I was sure he had been sleeping well these past few days. Hearing his systematic breathing calmed me down, yet made me sad. I continued to listen to him, sleeping for a short while longer. Once I made sure he was asleep, I got out of bed. Stealthily, I made sure Gakuto didn't notice me. Where am I going? I was on a mission. Ageha was waiting for me outside, and I needed to speak with him. I guess we had this all planned ahead of time, huh? After leaving the room, I lowered my voice to talk with him. Did it go all right? Yes, he seems exhausted, so he fell asleep right away. Good to hear. I hope he goes back to being his normal self soon. Why are you blushing? Is this like a normal reaction for you to talk to a girl, you blush? Sorry. It's just like, we're on a mission, yet he's blushing. It made no sense. Ageha cast his eyes down as he blinked sorrowfully. Nevertheless, he quickly looked up and stared at me with a serious expression. I guess that's serious. But it seems like everyone believes you two are planning on eloping. Asagiri asked us about it today, too. Huh. Oh, I see. Yeah, has Utsusemi said anything? It doesn't seem to be going well on his end. Apparently, Gakuto has demanded that he not let that woman go. Oh. But Utsusemi said things are fine this way. If she goes off somewhere else, I'm sure Gakuto will search for her endlessly. It did sound like something Gakuto would do. Considering his current mental state, I imagine him capable of anything. The worst thing he could do was to go to Utsusemi's room and deal with the woman himself. But I'm sure he's capable of doing that. Alright, I'll try reasoning with Gakuto again. That's the only thing I can think of right now. It feels so irritating being unable to do anything as well. Okay, could you keep watching Gakuto's room to make sure he doesn't do anything strange? If you're by his side, I'm sure you can prevent him from doing something crazy. I had to ask him because it wasn't possible for me to be by his side all day and night. It's like, yeah, my money for my business went down the drain because I was with Gakuto. Okay, you got it. I guess there are things for me to do. I'll be sure to do my best. Thank you. There's so many things going on that frustrated me. Unable to go to bed, I spent the whole night awake. Outside, I saw the sun slowly rise into the sky. Kaze? Gakuto held me as he started to wake up. Did you sleep well, Gakuto? Yeah. It was the first time in a while where I wasn't haunted by my dreams. I'm glad to hear that. I buried my face into his chest, taking a whiff of his buried musk. It was so heart-wrenching. I felt so useless. Oh, how I wish he would simply hold each other without thinking about the complicated things. Gakuto, about that woman. Yes, this is a great conversation to have when he just woke up. His body jumped in surprise. I don't think it would be a good idea to go forward with your plan right now. Because of that rumor about us eloping. Yeah. Plus, if Utsusemi really does elope with her, I wouldn't be able to see you ever again. Why? If that type of incident happened here to Utsusemi, who was like a brother to you, my mother would insist I go to a different brothel to find a man. That's a low blow. There's no way I could ever go against my mother's wishes. And since we're so rich, apparently I'm, unlike all other women in this area, cannot, like everyone else can't switch. Oh, but me? Oh, there's a bad reputation here. I can go. Bye. Apparently we have that much influence. I was tricking Gakuto. I was lying to him. And that sent a pain through my chest, but it was the only way I could save him. Then what should I do? Calming himself, Gakuto painfully asked me what to do. You should temporarily forget about your quest for revenge. I will look into that woman's background. So please, don't use Utsusemi like a pawn in your game. Don't do anything hasty. For me. But Musashi is looking into it as we speak. You don't have to get revenge right now. I'm just a little tired. There's only one thing I need to do, and I don't need to wait to do it. But I want to keep seeing you. Gakuto was at a loss for words. After a short pause, he started to hug me once more. I hung onto his neck as our cheeks touched one another's. The hot breath from his lips moistened my cheek before he kissed me. It was like his lips were searching for mine as I danced on my cheek. He slid his hand up my back, touching my hair before finally holding my head. At that moment, his lips seized mine. My chest hurt on reflex. Blood rushed through my body, making me hot. Don't go anywhere. I won't. So... I couldn't speak properly because he wouldn't free my lips. His lips wrapped around mine, spoiling me. His hand started to wiggle as he held me. Why? Why did I know what he was thinking even without hearing him say anything? His body was filled with a hot passion. It was somehow able to understand everything emanating from his body. I could feel his revenge, my hesitation, the heat, the lust, and everything else. Can I make love to you? I was on the brink of tears. He backed away for a moment, looking deep into my eyes. Both of us were engulfed with a moist, hot passion. His ferocious, lascivious gaze shot through my body. Do you need to ask? I am your wife, after all. Kaze. Gakuto's hand slipped into my somewhat disheveled kimono. His lewd hands crept across my bare skin. I caught my breath during a small break as my body heated up. He hugged me close. I placed my hands on his kimono as well and ripped it off of him. Well, I'm hasty today, too. The morning sun shined upon his toned, sensual body. It was breathtaking, yet heart-wrenching at the same time. You're different from any girl I've ever met. How so? If I knew that, I wouldn't need to worry so much. It looked as if he was slightly more life in his face as he smiled. It looked like there was slightly more life in his face as he smiled. He hugged me tightly, squeezing me. That was why. It'd make me so happy to be your one and only lover. I made my request knowing full well how much it would trouble him. Sure enough, he looked distraught, but he was grinning slightly. Your skin is so pretty. The sunlight simply accentuates it. That totally just dodged my question, my statement there. But okay, not really a question, it was a statement. Is that how I'm different from other women? I wonder. Are you avoiding the question? I really don't know. You're just so... Gakuto? Oh! He cut me off halfway as he became more powerful. The heat rising up in my body made my thoughts go numb. I held on to him tightly. He slid his hands in between my thighs and parted them powerfully. No, I'm scared. The moment I made my plea, he penetrated deep within me. He kept telling me that it would be all right as he pressed his lips against mine. Our naked bodies were glued together. As we became one, I felt so deeply connected to him. He pummeled his mind-numbing passion against me. It was already midday, with the sun high in the sky. Nevertheless, the two of us were making love. Suddenly... Oh, dear God, why is Takigawa here? Gakuto, may I have a word with you? Takigawa? Gakuto and I looked at each other, confused at the arrival of our unexpected guest. We quickly dressed ourselves and let Takigawa in. Why is he here? And why did our room suddenly change? Takigawa had a complicated expression on his face. Yes, it's so very complicated. What is it? Well, I was a little worried about a certain rumor. This again. Again? Last night Asagiri was talking to us because he was worried. Oh, I see. I guess everyone's worried about you. Be sure to talk to me before doing anything crazy. What are you going to do? Yeah, sure. I see, but they do say where there's smoke, there's fire. The rumor has no foundation whatsoever. I would hope so. My chest hurt from the guilt of spreading that rumor. Takigawa. I'm terribly sorry. It's alright, thank you. I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry for making you worry. Please don't be. I was more worried because I owe Gakuto. Really? Back in the day, the other courtesans would get jealous of Takigawa really easily. From time to time, I would stick up for him. His story just confirmed how gentle Gakuto really was. In any case, just avoid any situations that could get you two cornered. Yeah, we will. Thank you, but please try not to worry about us. I enjoy working as a draper, so I wanted to be with Gakuto. I would pay off his debt. I guess he wasn't expecting that statement either. You do have a long-standing family business. Seemingly convinced, Takigawa stood up. I'm glad it's just a rumor. Sorry for bothering you too. I made sure Takigawa left the room before breathing a sigh of relief. I'll walk you to the main gate. Oh, okay, apparently us making love and now that conversation. I gotta go now, right? Oh, okay, sorry. It was about time for me to leave. I suppose. When we got closer to the main gate, Gakuto grabbed my shoulder. I stopped in place and stared at him. Will you come and see me again tonight? What do you want me to do? Go home and spend, 3 hours and come back? I'm gonna be poor because of you. No wonder you're freaking number 2. Or number 1, whatever. One number. You're popular, whatever. If that's what you want, I want to make love to you tonight as well. That way, I can forget everything. Gakuto, you're the only one thing that can calm me down. I can only be human again when we're together. Gakuto, it'll be fine. You're a kind and wonderful person. That's just how you see me. No. Everyone in Ohgiya likes you for who you are. I think that's proof enough. Then you'll be here tonight. Yes, I'll come see you. I did my best to smile gently as I slowly touched his cheek. I wrapped his hand around mine and brought his cheek close to mine, almost like an animal. Then he politely kissed my hand. I'll be waiting. Okay. We exchanged a farewell kiss. However, when I started walking towards the main gate, Gakuto, may I have a word with you? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh god, this is a horrible rumor. Great job, Self. Great job. Huh? You're the supervisor, right? A powerful-looking middle-aged woman spoke to Gakuto. Was she the independent police supervisor? I recently heard a strange rumor about you, Gakuto, courtesan of Ohgiya. If you're talking about us eloping, that's just a rumor. Oh, is that so? You're the daughter from the Kitsune Draper, correct? Yes. I heard you were up to suspicious activity, so I'll need to watch you closely. Wait, me? Or him? What a pain. I'm sure you have better things to do anyway. What did you say? Do as you like. It has nothing to do with me anyway. Uto turned his back to the supervisor and combed my hair. Kaze, be careful walking home. But what about you? Don't worry, I haven't eloped or committed any crimes. If you eloped, you didn't go very far. Gakuto spoke loudly as he glanced over at the supervisor. Yeah, you're right. I'll see you tonight. Yeah. We held hands one last time before slowly letting go of one another. Even though I was feeling reluctant, I slowly made my way out of Yoshiwara. Gakuto was getting into more trouble because of the rumor I had made. I was filled with anxiety. Nevertheless, there was nothing I could do at the moment. This is all my fault. Like, poor man hasn't done any. Well, not yet. He's thinking about it, but he hasn't done a thing yet. But I just keep throwing him in the best. Oh yeah, we're gonna elope. I'm just making this bad. Like, super bad. What is wrong with me? Alright guys, well that's it for now. I'll see you guys in chapter 9. Until then, Kaze out. See you guys later.